Greetings. Today we continue our study on the ever-present apostasy from Jude, verse number 8. Today we will look at the first scene of the apostate's dream world is that they despise dominions. Dominions, briefly defined, should be considered to be the orders of authority which God has established under himself. Any despising of these dominions on the bottom line is despising of God's authority. According to Jude 4, the root of any matter is denying the absolute owner and master of us. When children disobey parents, they're rebelling against God's authority, because Ephesians 6:1 says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and thy mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest live long on the earth." Likewise, when men rebel against government, they're rebelling against God's authority, according to Romans chapter 13, verses 1 through 7. It says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation," that's condemnation or judgment. "For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Wherefore ye must needs be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience sake. For this cause pay ye tribute also, for they are God's ministers, attending continually upon this very thing. Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to honor." Further, when God's people reject God's appointed leadership, they're rebelling against God's authority. 1 Samuel 8:7. "The Lord said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people, and all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them." First, in the order of God's dominions is found within the Godhead itself. The fact that Jesus Christ should be the Lord or Master. Jude 4 says very plainly these apostates deny this fact. There is no comprehending, granting God's toleration, the depths to which a man may sink who denies God's anointed Savior and Master, including his eternal pre-existent deity, his virgin birth, his miracles, his vicarious death, resurrection, and his soon return. And though God may tolerate such behavior at the present, one day, Philippians 2:10 and 11 tells us that every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess, that is, say the same thing that God says, that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. In that day, the dream will be gone, the fantasy will have been shattered, and the reality will have to be acknowledged.